Hello everybody, I'm Burningacidx. Welcome back to the Kerbal space program. Just look at this gorgeous day with the clouds and everything is cool and awesome and it's just glorious. So once again there's a bunch of new mods. I really need to stop adding mods and I think I'm actually done adding mods. I've pretty much gone over all the mods on the interwebs and I added any mod I liked and it's pretty much been exhausted. So if we go to the system, I have actually been tweaking the orbits, the semi-major axis on the bodies, and it's looking quite fabulous actually. So if we zoom out from the center of Kerbal and we can keep zooming out and we zoom out even more, and holy crap, there we have it. Everything is spaced out a bit better. A lot better than before actually. Kaiser is here and Urania is there and Juno is there and Jewel, and oh, it's gorgeous, it's glorious, it's basically the best. So what we're going to do is we will be sending 2 rockets towards the moon. One rocket will be achieving orbit and doing science in orbit, and another rocket will actually be landing on the moon and doing science on the surface of the moon, and that should give us a ton of science actually. So let's get to it. Hello, post-commentary guy here, the guy who is always very bad at talking and stuff like that. We are here in the vehicle assembly building. We are creating a rocket and we are going to be using that rocket to get ourselves into orbit around the moon, and that's going to be general good times, most likely, probably, definitely, no joking. Oh yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So what I actually ended up doing was I tried to go for about the same design as the last time we went into orbit around the moon. We did that with Jebediah, and when we actually did that, the game started breaking like a bastard and I had to restart once again. But we are now back at that point. And we've actually got different stuff. I mean, just look at that thruster I just put on. I saw that thruster and I was like, wait, what? How much thrust? I think it was like 1400 thrust from just that one rocket, compared to like 215 thrust from the other rockets I'm using right there. So hell yeah, I'm using that one. It's pretty good actually. It's pretty damn good, not gonna lie. But we are still talking about me right here, and knowing me, I'm probably going to fuck up quite severely, quite heavily, and quite badly. But as it is right now, we are actually going up into the sky and it's pretty amazing, going through the clouds. That thruster in the middle is actually giving us so much thrust. It was actually giving us almost as much as those 8 thrusters were giving us. I mean, that one big thruster gives us as much thrust as 7 of those smaller ones, and that's absolutely crazy. So currently I was very slowly moving my ship into position to get to the node, and we just started burning and the rocket started wobbling like an actual bastard. I'm not even joking, it was crazy, it was very bad. But we managed to deal with it and we actually set up our maneuver, and that will get us to the moon, and it's going to be pretty great if I don't end up messing it up, which, gonna be honest, is quite likely to happen because it's me we're talking about and I'm very bad at everything basically. We just ran out of fuel in the last large fuel tank, and all we have left now are our tiny rockets. And there we have it, we just entered the sphere of influence of the moon, and currently we are heading into the moon for a collision. Or something in that direction, I don't know what I just said, it's kind of crazy, I don't know. So we have set up a burn to actually get a periapsis, because having a periapsis is kind of vital. It does help a lot, you know. Having a periapsis, it helps. It's pretty good having one, because if you don't have a periapsis, you're gonna die. So, fuck. There we have it. We're time warping towards the surface of the moon. At this point I started getting very scared, because that surface seemed to be getting very freaking close, but we ended up being fine. We were just fine. We did not crash into the surface, and that's generally what we were aiming to do. We are actually in orbit with a periapsis of only 8,000 meters, and that's pretty good. So I just set up a node to get ourselves back to Kerbin. That's pretty great actually. I mean, we've already gone to the moon, gone in orbit, done science, and we're actually going back. Like, what the fuck? What the shit? So we are speeding away from the moon and about to leave its sphere of influence. We are now back in Kerbin's sphere of influence, and there we have it. Yay, all the green. It's amazing, it's glorious. So I actually decided to use the few I had left. Because I don't know why, I have no reason for it. I just thought, why the hell not? Why not? So I turned those off, ejected a few things, deployed parachutes, did everything we needed to do to land, and we are going to land like bastards? No, like bosses. Yeah, that's the one, not like bastards. What am I saying? So we landed, we are going to take a surface sample, do some EVA reports, and going back to the mission summary thing, the mission center, and we just got a shit ton of signs, and that's very freaking good. And for some reason, I had the mission to go to the Kaiser system, but that mission seems to disappear every single time. And what happens when I do that? When I accept that mission, I get a payment of about 80,000 kerbol credits, kerbol caches, and then the mission basically disappears, but I don't lose that money. Then the mission reappears and I can accept it again, and I can once again get like 80,000 kerbol caches. And I don't know, that's a bit of a bug, but missions are very much so bugged. They are extremely buggy right now. I cannot get normal missions, so that means getting cash is very difficult. So it actually ended up being pretty helpful for me to accept that mission again. And I started playing around with the landing struts, and it's actually pretty damn crazy. I was playing around with some massive struts and didn't quite work out. So I ended up going with the vanilla ones, the normal ones, and I'll end up changing them a bunch because I am very picky and I do not know what the hell I am doing. I am very bad at the game, please don't hate me for it, please. So I think the rocket is nearly done. I'm just going to put extra struts on the side. I actually tried to attach the landing struts higher up onto the rocket because I don't know why. I always think that's a good idea, right? No? Just me? Might be just me. So we're sitting at the launching pad and we just sped up time, and for some reason it's very buggy. And I just paused the game and I unpaused the game. I don't know why I just paused the game, that's kind of crazy. So what happened was, we added a bunch of fuel, we added a bunch of thrusters, we added a bunch of construction stuff, and we just simply did not have the lift in our first stage. So I ended up reverting back to the vehicle assembly to get ourselves more lift, more thrust to weight. That's going to be pretty great. So we just did that. We have already done it. We're done. Yay, we can go again. That's how simple it is to expand a rocket, I guess. No? Not for NASA? Oh, well, that's very sad. So what happened was, I sped up time a bunch, and I guess I started flying a bit too soon because I did not have the lift I was supposed to have. But this time I did have the lift. I did not speed up time to make it day. I just went straight away and it actually ended up working. So that's helpful. That's very helpful. So, holy shit, Jebediah is on its way to the moon once again. What a crazy kerbal. He is so busy. He's already been to orbit like 15 minutes ago, or less, even less. Oh fuck. This Jebediah Kerbin is the best Kerbin. And basically our very best pilot ever. For some reason, the vessel is not really cooperating with me. It started spinning and turning and doing nasty stuff that I did not really appreciate all that much. I'm not quite sure how that happened. I am guessing it's because of the construction I added for the landing struts. I'm not sure. So I just basically fucked myself once again because it's me and I'm bad and I suck at the game. We are going in for a landing on the dark side of the moon, so yay, we just exploded. I think this is gonna go on for a while. Well, not too long. It should go on for about 1.5 minutes. Me trying over and over and over again to land on the moon on the dark side. Trying different heights to ignite my engine, but it didn't quite work out as intended. So I am going to be quick loading the game over and over and over and over and over and over and over because I'm just very bad. I'm very sorry, but it's gotta be done, I guess. Oh, maybe this time we will land. Maybe. Possibly. I doubt it. I did do one landing that was so close to being an actual landing, but we bounced back up into the sky and we had too much sideways momentum and it just went horrible afterwards. So yeah, I ended up doing this a whole bunch, just like the very first moon mission I ever did in the previous series, actually. That was actually basically the same as this one. I think this one did go a bit better because at this point I did actually know what the hell I was doing. Sort of, kinda, in a way, a little bit, so yeah. Oh, no words actually, I have no words for my terrible landing attempts. I keep shooting past the proper height and then it's just very bad. I'm just very bad. But I think this might actually be the one that gets us to land. We're very close to actually doing it. Our height is currently 3,000 and something meters. That's not actually the distance from the surface though, because the surface is at something like 2,688 meters. That's where the surface is at. So holy shit, we managed to land. I mean, Jebediah managed to land. I don't know what was up with Jebediah. He fucked up so many times. I guess that's because it's actually me. So I'm going to give control back to the other guy. Holy shit guys, there we have it. We landed on the moon. It only took us about 20 tries, so that's pretty good, right? No? Just me? Shit. For some reason, everything on the moon is acting very slowly. When I observed the goo, the thing actually opened very slowly. I don't know what's up with that. And the materials also opened very, very slowly. So for now, Jebediah can stay on the moon because Jebediah actually wants to see the bright side of the moon. We were very stupid for landing on the dark side. Once again, I really fucked myself over there, but it's to be expected of me because I'm just very freaking bad. So next time we'll be sending Jebediah back and we will be planning new missions and it's going to be glorious. I wonder if Jeb actually has enough Delta V to get back. I think he does, but I can't be sure. I can't be positive. But we will find out in the next episode. So until next time, I've been Burning Acid. Thank you all for watching and goodbye.